Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed the story Harris Finds His Feet, written and illustrated by Catherine Rayner. Today, we're going to be drawing bunnies inspired by Catherine Rayner. So, you'll need a piece of paper and something to draw with, like a pencil, and then something to color with, crayons, colored pencils, or paint. So get your materials ready and create along with me.
All right, boys and girls, we're ready to draw our Catherine Rayner inspired bunnies. This is the bunny we're going to draw, and as you can see, he has very long ears. So we need to make sure we leave space up at the top for those ears. Our paper is tall. We call that portrait, up and down, portrait style. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all of this room up here for his ears. I'm going to come down about halfway and put a little dot right there. So I know that's going to be the top of his head. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to draw a V for his nose. He's got a nice wide V for a nose. And then there's a little line that comes down. That's going to go down to his mouth, and he's going to have some little cheeks over here. So I'm going to make a dotted line where I want those round cheeks to be. I don't really want a line to be there, but when I color or paint him later, I want that part to be white. So I'm going to save his cheeks to be white. Now I'm going to take from the bottom of that Y, and I'm going to draw a curved line up to the top of his head. I'm going to draw this line right here. So his head, I'm going to do that on both sides. His head isn't really a circle. It's more pear-shaped or strawberry-shaped. So it's going to be wider at the bottom than it is at the top. See if I could do this without making it pointed on top. I don't really want it to be pointed. I always tell my students to draw light until they get it right, and then there's less erasing. We could always go darker, trace darker, or outline with marker later. Okay, there's his head. Let's go ahead and put his eyes on. His eyes are up here at the thin part of his head where it's more narrow right here. I'm just going to do a circle over here. Then I'm going to erase that line so it's not going through his eye. And I'm going to do a circle or an oval over there. Now let's take a look at those ears. We want two big ears up at the top. I'm glad we left all that space at the top of the paper for those gorgeous ears. They don't have to be the same shape. That might be a little skinny there. I'm going to fix that. Little skinny. That's why in the classroom, a lot of times we'll practice with dry erase markers. I wish I had one right now. All right, there's his eyes. Right, he's got some big ears. Let's do some lines inside those ears. That's where the inside of his ear is. It's going to be a little white. And then let's go down here. Let's finish off his mouth. He's got a little mouth right here, and he has shoulders that come down. I'm going to make his shoulders come down about like that. Okay. He might have some hairs up on top of his head, maybe some eyelashes, maybe more hairs. He's going to have some whiskers over here. I'm going to put little dots, and then I'm going to draw a line going out from each of those whiskers. There he is. Now, at this point, We could outline him with a Sharpie marker and then paint him. We could outline him with a marker and color him. Whatever coloring supplies you have, you can use those to add color to your adorable rabbit. And I can't wait to see what you create. When you finish, whether you paint or use crayons or colored pencils, don't forget your artist signature. You know that an artist always signs his or her work. It's usually in the right-hand corner. So I drew and I painted this one. The last thing I need to do is sign my name. I'm going to write Miss C. So if you have a camera and you can upload a picture to our Google Classroom, I would love to see what you create. If you do not, just write me a note. Tell me if you liked this drawing activity. I hope you have a great day. Keep creating, boys and girls.